the lead for a big portion of Thursday morning. Back we go to the 7th and world number 1, Jeeno Thitikul.
It's a pretty severe dogleg to the right off the tee here, and Gino just hit it too straight into the rough on the left side. Ball was lying okay, not great, but she did not get to the green with her second. So chipped it up to here. Wasn't a great effort with the chip shot. It was a good lie. And just got it to the top of a little rise where she's putting from now. So working hard for her 4.
Ton of really solid putts yesterday. Burned a lot of edges. Just seemed to be struggling with the precise reads. But was definitely making trusting strokes. Going back into the bunker, I should say.
Keep it here for Gino.
Yeah, nice drive for Gino, 117 yards. Looking to get this one up and down, make a birdie. The wind is pretty strong today, certainly a factor out here. That's just right of the flag, needs to be good for length, and it just is a fraction too short. And it's going to spin back a few feet down that rise at the front of the green.
A little bit short below the putting surface, but that would be one that she could be looking to chip in from there.
Up ahead, Jeeno Thitikul.
Yeah, definitely looking to chip this one in, Morgan. Slightly up the hill, maybe caught that just a fraction heavy, and it comes up a couple of feet short, but it should be an easy 4.
Over at the 9th, left of the fairway. It looks trampled down over there, Tom.
Yeah, she's actually been very fortunate. It was heading into that long rough that you can see right behind her, but she's actually okay in the trampled down area. It's a bit wet underfoot, a bit muddy underfoot, so you need good contact. No tree trouble here. This is the 8 iron from 160, just leaking a little right. Needs to sit down, actually, but it's not going to get to the penalty area there. The rough is thick enough to catch it.
Her fellow Canadian, Aphrodite Ding, you see on the leaderboard there, the 15-year-old amateur at -6. World number 1, Jeeno Thitikul at 10.
Yeah, sending it up into the breeze, and it just hits that wind off the right side. It's tough, I think, Morgan, to commit to going at that flag with the wind off the right.
Yeah, it has been one of the easiest greens to find today, but hasn't given up as many. It's definitely playing quite long. I think I was surprised that the scores weren't lower, but I think that's one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah, the golf course is still relatively soft. This is 165 yards here for Gino, so almost a 30-yard difference off the tee between these two players. It's a massive advantage. She's in a really good angle here. Ball slightly below her feet. But with that flag over on the left, it opens up the green a little bit. Don't want to be too greedy. This is pretty strong line from Gino, though. Yeah, really nice shot from the world number 1.
She choked up quite a bit on that iron, so taking something off of it, not surprised to see it.
That one to get her. Square to square putters from Odyssey. Putt smarter. Here's Gino to get to 7 under.
Yeah, got to really watch the pace here, as Morgan said, and this one can get away from you quickly.
It's just the second start for Gino as world number 1. Was no event
in her game, and had a chance last week in Portland, and looking for another opportunity tomorrow.
Some work left here for Gino at the 11th.
Yeah, this is not a hole where she's going to be wanting to drop a shot. I mean, don't want to drop a shot on any hole, but she drove it well here, hit a shot, a safe shot into the middle of the green, but just the pace getting the better of her with that birdie attempt. Back up the hill here. She should know what this does because she'll have watched it go by the hole with the birdie putt.
A win for Gino at the Mizuho Americas Open. Another a chance to move up. As we mentioned, very few reaching this par 5 and 2, but Gino, with her power, has given herself this look at eagle, which would tie the lead. Only one eagle this week here, and that was a couple of days ago, Subin Ju, and that was holing out from the fairway. So Gino, world number 1 again. with a chance to tie the lead.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody go for this green. Karen mentioned that it's a bit downwind, so certainly with her length, able to take advantage of that, and maybe slightly firmer conditions, especially off the tee, as we saw from Brooks' putt. This is a quick one.
Should be no trouble to get it to 7 under par. So Brooke from 1 ahead to 1 back after Minjee Lee's eagle. And this is the 13th, and it's Jeeno Thitikul to get a little bit closer. All right, so Jeeno back at the top of the Rolex rankings, as she was in her rookie season in 2022, supplanting Nelly, who had held it.
On the hill, but nothing too treacherous.
Gino after the birdie on the tee at 14. See your caddy, Kong Boom Sansari, got that #1 bib back on. It's funny, Morgan, so many players will say, you know, being #1 is not the most important thing. I just want to play well and let the rankings reflect my good play. And then when they get to #1, it's like, yeah, this is pretty cool, actually.
That's you can't really think about the results and the outcome like that. You have to think about the process. And I think it's one of Gino's greatest strengths is her mental toughness, but also her levity. She has, even in some of the toughest moments, I mean, we've seen it when the numerous walk and talks she's done, certainly with Karen over the years, even on Sunday.
And a birdie putt for Jeeno Thitikul to, at least for the moment, tie the lead.
Downhill putt. Not a ton of break here, potentially breaking a touch to the right at the very end, but one of those subtleties, hard to read, putting back into the wind. I've seen a few players leave this short.
I mean, this is something really special here. You got Minjee.
To make this feel like a major is the reason why it's a tremendous field, one of the best fields of the year. Everybody loves coming and playing here in Canada.
Thick rough, and Gino trying to get out of it. I think that may have dripped into the bunker.
The various times that she's played in this championship, trying to get some motivation. Said she didn't actually watch her winning, but watched some of the others when she was younger.
Gino's third at 15, touch of class. Front by a couple. Back to the 16th, and Gino's second. That was just a moment ago. And,
I can only imagine that was the brook roar
yes,
there. I was
indeed.
kind of curious how loud that had to be, this green.
From the back of the 16th, this is Gino.
This is an awkward shot here, electing with a pretty straight-faced iron to play a bump and run right on the edge of the first cut. That's a nifty little shot right there. Could stand there all day and maybe not hit a better one than that right there, trick, but even more so now with Canada's favorite on top of this leaderboard.
Just a moment ago, Gino to clean up. Oh no. The brilliant bump and run. But lips out and she falls back to 7 under. Meanwhile, back at the 17th, after the dropped shot, Gino with the driver on the drivable par 4.
Left.
Looks like it's
And back to the 17th and the second for Gino.
even a more difficult shot than the one that Leona faced. And the opposite of being too cute. Taking your medicine, giving yourself a putt.
Just a moment ago, this is Jeeno Thitikul for birdie at the 17th.
See, it's dark from our vantage point, so that's a quick putt down the hill. A little bit of an illness.
Gino finishing up at the 18th.
Not the easiest flag stick to get to where it is located today, especially as she likes to hit a bit of a fade. Not surprised to see it end up right at the flag stick like that.
Gino
Take it deep, so needs to just get some rest this afternoon, and she's still right in it.
Gino has a chance to get into the final, or get into the next to last pair tomorrow. And that did roll true. In for a closing birdie for Jeeno Thitikul, the #1 player in the world, but the #1 player in the hearts and the minds